Um, South Africa is a movie. We live in a drama. It's a series. Every day you will be shocked by something new.
The government, instead of helping us, they are just downplaying our efforts. Well, we do know that there are some people who are actually working. It's just that there's a lot of corruption here in South Africa. There's a lot of corruption. I don't want to generalize everyone and say everyone in these agencies is just like that. No. Maybe the people that I've come across, they didn't treat me like very nice. But then if maybe you've tried to apply for funding in one of these government institutions as a regular South African without any connections, listen to what I'm saying. I don't want a person to come to the comment section and say I am lying, I don't know what I'm talking about, speaking from a place of privilege when you know that you had connections. I'm speaking about regular South African, a person who doesn't have any sort of connection, a person who just wakes up, prepares a big business plan, a proposal, everything, and goes to apply for funding. I'm speaking to someone like that, not someone who will call his uncle and say, call that friend of yours to call that other friend of theirs to say, I am coming there. They must expect me. So when you get there, there's already smiles there. Hey, how's your business? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about regular South African. If you have a business and you've tried to apply for funding in one of these institutions and you actually received the funding.
Good day. I just want to let the South African know our government is failing us left and right. We've got CIFA, we've got all government agencies that are funding small businesses in township and rural areas. And I just want to say to the Minister Stelanda Beni, please, just stop playing us. You have been hurting us a lot. We have been applying, you have been hurting us a lot. It is very painful that you are taking the pain that you have put in us and you want to transfer it to our children and our grandchildren. Please, do not play as South Africans. We have been applying. Your departments, when they ask to bring orange onto the table, that they will assist you. When you bring orange, they will want apple. You bring apple, they will want banana. You bring banana, they will want something else. After 3 months, they will tell you that you need to reapply again. You have played us for the past 30 years, and you are still playing us. Here I am, my business is now 26 years that I'm running this business, from 1998 to date. Even today, I'm still looking for funding. And now you are saying you are funding people from 18 to 35. So are we saying business people that are 35 to 60 years, they are not human beings? They don't have to eat. Their family have to die. This country that we fought so much for it, what are you saying? CIFA is not working. CIFA, I've applied several times, giving them everything. They will ask for banana today. When you give them, they will ask for orange. You give to them, they will ask you for avocado. You give them avocado, they will ask something else. It is how democracy works.
I think it's about high time we start talking about these government agencies. These agencies that are supposed to be helping us as South Africans to start our businesses, to operate our businesses, and if possible, scale our businesses. There are budgets that are allocated to these agencies, yet we never receive funding. You see, what this man is talking about here is something that I've also encountered as I was trying to get funding for my business, my tombstone manufacturing business. I applied CIFA, the CIFA that he's speaking about. I applied several times. I even went to their offices personally several times. And what he's saying is exactly what happens. You'll get there, they will tell you that, okay, fine. Futhi kuba worse when you're a young person like me. You see, at least he's a senior citizen, maybe they can take him serious. But when you are young like me, and at that time I was around 20, I was still in university. Yes, I was like 20 years when I was visiting those offices. When they see that you are young, they don't even bother themselves. They don't even bother themselves. It's as if they just want you to go up and down. You will come today and they will tell you that, okay, we hear what you are saying, we hear you, we see your business plan and things like that, but you need to fix this and this and this and that and that. Okay, fine. You will go and fix that thing. When you come back, you find now someone else, someone different. You will try and explain to him that last time I was here, I was speaking to a person so and so. He said I must do this and this, and then I will finally get this and this, and then that person will come back and say, nah, that person was lying to you. That is not enough. You are supposed to also do this and that and that and that. You will go and do that. When you come back again, you find someone else. I'm telling you, you will go up and down. I went up and down up until a point where I even gave up. Even these other ones, CETA, NYDA, all of them. I went to all of them, CETA, NYDA. But the treatment is just the same. The treatment is just the same. Especially NYDA. Those ones can make you feel like the vision that you have for your business is just delusion. Which is crazy to me, because if you can look at all great inventions out there in businesses, all came from a point of delusion. And at one point, the person who came up with this water bottle, with the concept of this water bottle or something to carry water like this, that thing seemed delusional at one point until it was done. So I really don't understand people who work in agencies like the NYDA, who are supposed to be helping the youth, but who just undermine people for their vision. Just because you can't understand or see a person's vision doesn't mean that vision will never come to life. Your job is to make sure that if a person qualifies, you give them the funding so that they can make their visions come to life. But no, when you get there, it's as if what they want to hear is you saying, okay, I need funding, I want to open car wash like us. A stereotype like that. Or, I want funding because I have a spaza shop. I want funding because I even if you can go there and want funding for those things, they won't give you. But I'm just saying, they treat you as if with a stereotype sort of thing. That I was there, this tombstone manufacturing business. I was speaking about this thing, telling them, pitching to them. They'll tell you that this thing of yours, okay, it's fine, we can, but then you can see the attitude that these people don't think I can actually do this thing. And it's crazy to me. And for me, it was worse because I went to them not for them to start me. The business was already operating. I have already sold multiple units of tombstones, even though it was not that many, but I've sold some to prove that the concept is working. You get what I'm saying? But then, instead of them motivating me to go forward, they were just, downplaying my efforts. And it was very, very sad. It was very, very sad. So when this man is speaking like this, to see a senior citizen going through the same thing that I went through, just shows that here in South Africa, this country, they don't really take us seriously. I don't understand why. I don't really understand why. I can tell you that we have, especially the youth, it's just that we are not paid that much attention to. There's a lot of us, we can take this country to extraordinary levels. The youth has ideas. They are sitting with those ideas in their heads, because how can you make an idea come alive when you are barely surviving? How can you do that? It won't happen. You can have a very big idea that can turn you into a millionaire, but if you can't understand how you are going to survive today, how you are going to go to bed having eaten something, there's nothing that you are going to do. The government, instead of helping us, they are just downplaying our efforts. Well, we do know that there are some people who are actually working. It's just that there's a lot of corruption here in South Africa. There's a lot of corruption. I don't want to generalize everyone and say everyone in these agencies is just like that. No, maybe the people that I've come across, they didn't treat me like very nice, but then if maybe you've tried to apply for funding in one of these government institutions as a regular South African without any connections, listen to what I'm saying. I don't want a person to come to the comment section and say I am lying, I don't know what I'm talking about, speaking from a place of privilege when you know that you had connections. I'm speaking about regular South African, a person who doesn't have any sort of connection, a person who just wakes up, prepares a big business plan, a proposal, everything, and goes to apply for funding. I'm speaking to someone like that, not someone who will call his uncle and say, call that friend of yours to call that other friend of theirs to say, I am coming there. They must expect me. So when you get there, there's already smiles there. Hey, how's your business? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about regular South African. If you have a business and you've tried to apply for funding in one of these institutions and you actually received the funding, please tell us on the comment section down below, and then if you can elaborate further and tell us what really did you do, to get the funding, especially these institutions, CFA, NYDA, CETA, those institutions. I would really appreciate to hear if you've received help from these organizations. That's just what I had in this episode of The Spotlight. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really, really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.